Hello everybody, welcome back to today's video. I actually haven't posted a video in quite some time now. I don't know, probably about 3 months now, something like 2 or 3 months. I don't know. Been really busy with work, started a new job, and yeah, just been sort of really short of ideas of what to do and finding the time to do it. But today I've probably got one of the biggest mods to the car to date. Biggest, sort of most time consuming, or potentially price wise as well. So today we're going to be installing, I've got it all prepared, these. So these are the OEM genuine mini, they're called auxiliary lights. I don't know whether people call them rally lights. They're not fog lights, but they could be spotlights. But they're the LED fog LED auxiliary lights. So here's a closer look at them. It is very cold, so excuse the fog, the condensation around them. As you can see, yeah, genuine mini. They've got the mini branding in the middle. You can sort of see the LED module as I move it around there, but it is hidden under there. Now you're probably all thinking, why have you gone with chrome? So these are chrome. I was under the impression due to the box showing them as dechromed, that these were sort of dechromed, but unfortunately they're not. But worry not, we will dechrome these at some point. Yeah, so that's basically them. You've got mounting points on the back, you've got cooling on the back, and they sort of have a wire which go to 2 prongs there, which obviously you've got to route into the car. Now, installing these, there's a good number of ways how to do it. You've obviously got the genuine mini way. If you get them installed at the factory, where they'll put a switch at the steering column and you can turn them on and off individually. I would like to wire them up to the main beam. So when I'm driving along, obviously they'll be off. I can put my main beam on, or the high beam, and they will come on as well. I'm not too sure where I stand with sort of MOT compliance, and if they're allowed to be on when the main beam's on. I'm not sure, so I may always just disconnect them when I've got my MOT, which is actually tomorrow. So yeah, I may just disconnect them. I'm not too sure, we'll see. You've also got to get a bracket set. So the bracket set doesn't come with the lights. So you have a bracket set, 2 bolts there, clip onto the crash bar at the front, and then you've got this part that clips onto the lights, and this part here clips onto the lights, and in turn, if I can get this right, hooks on that little joint there, and you can pivot it at the top as well to get your alignment right. So from my understanding, I take it if you haven't got those 2 holes screwed down well, you can always align it later on with that. So yeah, I'm going to go down the method of wiring these up to the main beam. Obviously what we've got to do is we've got to pre-drill some holes into the crash bar at the front. You can take the bumper off, I'm not going to, but you can. So we're going to drill them. Then we've got to route the wiring harness, which is, it's actually quite long. Obviously plugs into both lamps, route it through the firewall. It's got to go into the battery. You've got to add a relay. There's quite a few bits we've got to do. I'm going to try and condense it down into a video suitable for you to watch. It might be a long one, but I don't know, there might be some people out there that want to install these. So I'm going to back the car up to the garage, and yeah, we're going to go from there. Okay, so first off, we're going to want to remove this cover here. So you're going to take off 1, 2, 3 bolts. Right, then I actually decided to take the front grill part off, as you can see, just to make life a bit easier. I'm not going to take this black bit off because it does actually crack along the bottom, but we just need to get access really here, just to drill into this crash bar here. I'm just going to remove this other crash frame here first. Right, so the next thing you need to do is remove these bolts from the reinforcing bar. Obviously there's one on each side, a bit hard to remove, but and then you take your bracket So you've got a hole here already. Just carefully push that in there, like so. And then you reseat your bolt there, and then this is where we need to drill. So we need to put a marker there and drill through. Right, so I'm now reseating this bolt. Okay. Right, then next we need to do a bit of measuring. We need to get this hole 13mm from the back part of this brace here. So I think I'm just gonna 13, 1, down. Right then, so I've drilled the hole and I've put the rivet in. So and then that in there. There we go. So as you can see, I've put the bolt, new one in there, using the new push rivet sort of thing, and we're screwed to the pre-existing hole there, and that isn't going anywhere. Just for reference as well, the hole here has to be 13mm from the top. It's slightly off. Obviously you've got some play here. You know, you can move the light left or right there. Okay then, so I've just temporarily mounted the lamp on here, and as you can see, you can pivot it. That looks really cool. I'm going to run these wires through some heat shrink tubing just to protect them, but these will run underneath this bracket as well. It's getting dark now, so I'm just going to finish off putting the lights on, and I'll come to the wiring tomorrow, but you'll all see this in the same video. Right, and so it is dark outside. I've just pulled it into the garage to do the wiring because I want to get it done. As your lights are fully mounted, there's a screw behind there. I haven't adjusted them yet, so I'm just going to wait for them to be working before I adjust them. So we've got a plug here. There's another one down in here, which I haven't done yet. But basically, we route the wiring along here. I have to take this panel out and this along here, so I'm just going to get to that. Just remove those twist things there and these bolts here. I'm just going to pull that out. You might see in here is the grommet that we run the wiring to into the car. Obviously we'll get to that in a second. I've just got to take this battery box cover off. All right, and so at the front, as you can see, we've got them both here. Like I said, they're not fully aligned. They are quite solid though, so I have tightened them up. The cables run, so you've got two cables, one in that light, one in that light. They both run up the side here. And I've sort of temporarily fed it up here. Again, the cable follows round the back and it splits off here. So you've got your sort of main live feed there. You've got your earth there, or ground. I did try and mount it to this point here, but it was too difficult. So probably not the best idea to mount it here. It is fused, so it's a fused sort of, you know, loom, if you will. So if anything does go wrong, it won't have a direct impact on the car. So I've mounted that there. This then runs through the firewall, as you can see, through there. So again, it runs out here, brown to the ground, red and blue to the live. It then runs down here to the light here and here as well. So I'm just gonna make my way into the car. So we fed the, you can't quite see. So I fed the wiring harness through the firewall. Obviously on this end we've got the relay, which is what you need. We've got the fuse, it comes with a 13 amp and a 3 amp. I've put the 3 amp in there at the moment, just to see what that's going to do. I've had this working already to the fog light, but I thought, no, it's not official, we'll do it the legit way. It did come with this CAN interface high beam box, which apparently is what you need to wire this straight to the high beam if you've got the LED lights. So I've got that. I've got the wiring loom which plugs in here. In this kit as well, you've actually got a yellow. It's yellow and green. I call it, it's basically an activation cable, really. So whatever you've got this attached to sends a signal to the lights to actually activate it. So the lights are actually wired to the battery and ground on the car. And this basically just sends a signal to turn the lights on. So essentially what we're doing is we are, in layman's terms, I think this is the way it's working, judging by the instructions. We wire these into the headlights. So that's you've got one sort of loom here. You wire both of those into the headlights. This goes into the bottom of this box here. You've got to attach this adapter first, and also this yellow cable here, you have to wire that into pin number 6, which is here. And you can see, if it focuses, the pin numbers on there as well. So you've got pin 1 to the left, follow it through, and you've got 6, and on the back you've got 7 to 12. So I do have an instruction manual here. This is the UK version. I originally wired it up to the, because I found the US spec version before, I just wired it up to the fog light, which I shouldn't have done. So I've put it all back, heat shrunk everything, and now I'm going to be wiring it to the UK spec, which includes this box. It should take me about an hour. I'm going to pop this on time lapse. I'm not too sure how this will interfere with the passenger sport display. I might have to take that out. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to put you on time lapse. If there's anything important, I'll come back. Right then, so I've just ended the time lapse. I've done, as it says, we've got pin 20 to the red cable going to the green and black. We've got pin 24 going to the brown cable slash, well, from the brown cable at the bottom of this new loom to the black and brown and black. So now that's done, you just want to make sure that you do these near the bottom of the loom if you can. So when you tuck these back in, it clips in like so. Okay, so be careful with those new those bits of wiring. So we're going to reseat this quad lock sort of thing, well, you know, back into there. And they took away just nicely. I might just pop a bit of heat shrink tubing around that. Now I've got to attach the blue cable to pin 44 of 8B, which is con 9, yeah, the black one. So we've got to connect these to the black one here, which I think may interfere with the passenger sport display. So that might have to come out. I'm not 100% sure just yet. Yeah, I'm going to pull that out. I'm just going to see what the deal is. Right then, so we might be able to get away with it. So these cables to the left obviously control the passenger sport display. These ones here. But we actually need the blue and the green here. So it says pin number 43 and 44. So it says 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43 and 44. So 43 is the green cable. So obviously we'll wire that one up there like so. And 44 is the blue. Just match the colours. Just bear in mind on the other end of the wiring loom, the colours don't match up. So just bear that in mind. I'm going to put it back on time lapse and we'll get this put in. Right then, I think I've done that. So these two slide back, clip over the top like so, and then that goes back in there. Right then, I've now got to wire the activation cable to this little thing here. So I'm going to trim the wires off. Okay, oh no, maybe not. Can you see this? Now this goes into pin 6, all being well. So if we just put that, nope, maybe not, 2 seconds. Pin 6. There we go, until it clicks. Now we need to set this new housing. Goes on this way. Okay. And then we can plug this into our box. So theoretically, that's the work done. So I'm going to hook the battery back up. I'm going to give this a test. Hopefully it doesn't burst into flames. So I've just connected the battery. I'm just going to check out, just see if we've got any faults. I know I've got brake fluid in there. Obviously got set date and time, bonnet's open. So let's give this a go. So theoretically, if we flash the beams now, the main beam, so if we put the normal lights on, they just come on. If we flash the main beam, look at that. Oh, wow. So the pattern, as you see up close, is very, it's concentrated, but trust me, I've drove around at night and it's insane. It's really, really good. So, and the passenger sports display still works. Fog lights still work. Obviously I took them out. So I'm going to have to put this all back together. I'm going to wire this, well, I'm just going to hide all this up here. It looks like the passenger sports display still does work. Not start the car just yet. So, yeah, I'm going to put this back and, oh God, I'm so happy. This instruction manual here is a lifesaver. I'm going to put a copy of it in the description below. And I mean, it's literally, this page here is just for the instructions. You don't even need to cut. Do you need to do the bottom one? Yeah, you don't even need to do the top one. So it's just these 3 ones here. No, it's not. It's not even these ones. It's these 2 here. So this is cars with LED and cornering lights, and this is without LED and cornering lights. Well, no, this bottom part's LED and LED and cornering. This one's just like your halogen, I think. So it's just these 2. Basically telling you where to wire them up. It's even colour coded, and there's a colour key at the back which tells you what GN means, what BL. So GN is green, BL is blue, BR is brown, RT is red, N4 N5 it even tells you on here. So that is a lifesaver. Really, really good. I'm going to put all this back, and yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Right then, so we're all done. Actually, in the car now, everything's all put back as it should be. It's just a bit of dirt there I need to clean off. Passenger sports display is still working. Obviously, CarPlay is still working as we'd expect. But if we put the main beam on, there we go. As you can see, we've now got 2 additional lights. They're not levelled. Maybe the one to the left is slightly better level to the one to the right. The key is when levelling it, you need to get your car on a flat surface. Each light needs to be dead centre, not, pointing directly in the centre, but dead straight on from the car, like a 90 degree from the car, and again 90 degree straight out as well. So I need to find myself a flat surface, and I'll be able to do that. But yeah, even if you just quick flash like that, they are ever so slightly delayed, but I think that's just the lights themselves. How cool is that? I'm going to turn them on. We're going to go outside and have a quick look. There we are. They're so bright. There we are. Drop the exposure down slightly so you can see it a bit better. They're great. But guys, it's getting dark now. That's been it from today's video. Super cool one to install. Took me a little bit to get the grips. Once I found the UK spec instructions, we were away really. So I'll leave them in the description. This only, as far as I'm aware, this only works for the OEM versions, the LED ones. I'm not too sure about the halogen ones. So if you guys want to install the halogen ones, don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. It might be the same, might not, I don't know. But yeah, if you guys have got any questions, let me know in the comments below. You follow me on Instagram, you can ask me any questions over there and I'll do my best to answer. I'll drop the part numbers, if I remember, down below. But basically all you need is the LED auxiliary light set, which comes with the lights and the wiring loom. You need the bracket set, which is an additional purchase, and also you need, if you want to wire them up to the main beam, you need the additional LED CAN module as well, which you saw earlier in the grey box. I think I got a quote from Rybrook Stratford Mini Parts once, I think it was, and it was like 450, 500 quid. So I didn't pay that. I got these for an absolute whopper of a deal, over half the price of them. So I thought I'd grab them while I can. I'm going to get them dechromed at some point. That's not really a priority at the moment, but if it happens, it happens. Guys, I'm going to end this video here. If you like the video, click like. If you want to see more videos in the future, hit subscribe. Follow about the notification bell. We'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I shall see you all in the next video.